What's going on, y'all? KM Best here. I asked the auto generator to generate me a deck and then played it in top 50, and I think the auto generator cooked. This is the deck that auto generator spit out for me when I put Werewolf by Night and Darkhawk in. And what's interesting about it to me is that it strikes me as a genuine, serious evolution of what those decks were already doing. Now, the deck I thought coming into today was the best deck in the game was Darkhawk Bounce or Annihilus Bounce. So this is what I was playing after Infinite. It's just like the basic Annihilus Bounce list. Yeah, we lost Chavez, and the reason I wanted to do Annihilus Bounce was because A, Annihilus is extremely powerful, and B, if we ended up losing America Chavez, Annihilus Bounce is the deck that has the most cards it actually wants to top deck on the final turn of the game. So therefore, my thought process was, okay, Annihilus Bounce, that's going to be the bounce deck that was least hurt by losing Chavez. And so that's the one I played once I hit Infinite. And then I asked the auto generator to make me a Darkhawk plus Wolf deck. And I expected that to be Darkhawk Bounce. I was like, oh, it'll just give me Darkhawk Bounce. Like, I'll just see how that works. And it instead gave me this hybrid, which I later learned was posted by a person named Gnome Plays on like a subreddit somewhere. And this is the deck. And I used it and I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, this looks amazing. This is a great no Chavez build. And now that Chavez is gone, this is a great hybrid between those two decks. It's got everything I want to be doing. And without Falcon, because Falcon is only really good once you've already played Beast, and Beast is necessary because Beast gets rid of your Void. So you have everything that you need in this list, because with Annihilus and, of course, Sentry, you end up being less able to commit to your Falcon plays on turn 4 and turn 5. He ends up getting a lot worse. It's one of the things I noticed playing the other build. And now you end up with no Falcon, which I think is phenomenal, and you have all this top end as well. I think this is a legitimately very good deck. Like, I am struck by just how good it actually was. This was originally going to be the deck I did the video on. And for the record, I think In the Mirrors having Spider-Ham, multiple shots at hitting that Spider-Ham, makes you a little bit advantaged against other Annihilus decks. I do think that if the deck that we're talking about for the whole video becomes more popular, you end up wanting to rely less on Annihilus, be a little bit of a smaller Annihilus package with more backup plans, because that's how Annihilus mirrors tend to go. And of course, Spider-Ham hitting your opponent's Annihilus is completely backbreaking. That said, this deck just rocks. So let's take a look at it card by card. The Hood synergizes with Annihilus, of course, and of course with Beast as well. Now, without Falcon, you're less of a Hood deck than the Bounce versions for sure. But you are still a very functional Hood deck with Beast and Annihilus to get rid of it, and getting those extra demons is absolutely phenomenal. Plus, without Falcon, you don't have to worry about your hand size too much. Your demons are often not going to be sent back to your hand. Including Ham, I think, is a must because of the potential for the mirrors here. Spider-Ham is not the most disruptive card in the world, but if this deck picks up in popularity, and I already saw a bunch of people playing at least Annihilus Bounce, I'm not the only person in the high ranks of Infinite this early who was worried that Annihilus might be the best way to actually build the Bounce deck at this point. You kind of have to run Spider-Ham. Yes, there's better disruption, but this hitting your opponent's Annihilus is completely unbelievable, and in mirrors, you should be aware that exposing your Annihilus to Spider-Ham is going to be something you need to worry about. Korg put rocks in opponent's deck, and this is good for Darkhawk. Nico very good with Werewolf, and also with every other card in this entire deck. All serious, like, she's really, really good here. Like, turning your small stuff into demons, get another way to get rid of your Hood, both by turning it into a demon and by destroying it to draw 2 cards. Nico draw 2 is legitimately unbelievable in this list, by the way, just because you have so many like intricate small packages of cards that you really want to see all of them when you invest in them. The obvious answer here is, like, you really need to know you're going to have the Annihilus if you're going to invest in the Sentry, and so Nico draw 2 is phenomenal for just giving you that consistency. She remains an absolutely stellar card and is phenomenal in almost every bounce list. Black Widow and Beast is straight up busted. Stopping your opponent from drawing 1 card, that's fine. Stopping your opponent from drawing 2 cards is sincerely messed up. Your best draws in this deck are usually something along the lines of Hood, Black Widow, Beast. Those are snappable. They are that good. Shadow King remains the best tech card in the game, especially in a list like this that is so focused on having big 4-cost cards. I often say that costing 2 is a superpower. Being able to pair Shadow King with a Darkhawk or a Sentry on the final turn of the game is completely awesome. Very, very sick. There are still plenty of decks relying on green numbers. Shadow King shuts them down. Rock Slide puts rocks in deck and is good with Darkhawk. Werewolf by Night is completely enormous, an extremely powerful card that has a lot of stats on it and does a lot of work because of the insane amount of stats that it has. This deck puts stats all over the board, and Werewolf by Night helps you make that a little bit less predictable because he's big stats, but they don't know where he's going to be. And that is a crucial piece of how this deck works. It's not just a Darkhawk deck, and not just a Sentry Annihilus deck, it's a Werewolf deck, I think, before any of those things. You're not exactly a bounce deck, but Beast is important because it enables you to reuse your very powerful early game cards, and also it's your fallback in the event of the necessity to remove a void. Getting rid of a void is super sick, and you will want to do it some of the time. Darkhawk is big because you put rocks in your opponent's deck. Sentry, I think, almost goes without saying in an Annihilus list. It is a phenomenal piece of tech in God knows how many matchups. Like, being able to get Shang-Chi'd and still have done sending over a void for 10 is extremely powerful. I say, oh, cool, nice Shang-Chi. You hurt half of my card. And that is really, 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 really strong. Of course, you can also just play it on the final turn of the game. If you're afraid of Shang-Chi, you play it with a Shadow King and your right lane is filled up, you're good to go. It's just a 4/10. That's really, really good. And I think the fluidity with which this deck can switch between game plans, either beasting it to get rid of the void or annihilating the void over, or, you know, just filling up that lane, it makes Sentry a very powerful piece in this list. Annihilus is the sauce, right? When I first wanted to play a bounce deck, once I hit Infinite this season, I was thinking Annihilus Bounce made sense because unlike most other people, I think Annihilus Bounce, Darkhawk Bounce, and Loki were all pretty close to being like the same level of good. And I think that Annihilus Bounce is the one that's going to benefit the most from not having Chavez in there. The other decks very much wanted Chavez because they wanted to do very specific things very early. Annihilus is the only one of the three that it's like, okay, I actually really want to draw Annihilus, whether it's turn 5 or turn 6. So this is the deck that plays the bounce core that is hurt the least by the removal of America Chavez. And I think that's why I like it so much. As far as the hybridization, I'm actually just really confused because I tried to replicate it with other cards and I could not get the deck builder to spit out anything intelligible, except when I put Werewolf and Darkhawk in and it spit out this deck. I'm going to throw the clip of me doing that on the back end of the video just so people like understand how weird it is. Because like every other time I put a card in there alongside another card, it would look at one of those cards and then give me a deck based on it and not the other one. Except this time it gave me an actual hybrid. And I don't know why that happened. It's very, very weird. Investigation's still ongoing. All right, y'all, that's going to be it for me. We're going to put a little bit of gameplay on the back end of this video so you can just see me play this deck and be shocked that it was good. I don't understand how the deck builder spit this out in multiple cases. And of course, shout out to apparently someone made this list. A guy named Gnome who posted it on the Marvel Snap competitive subreddit, I believe. And I have no idea. So yeah, the clip of it auto-genning is gonna be there just so people know that like this isn't like I got the deck from anywhere. I just had the robot come up with it. And the one time the robot ever cooked is this. I don't think I've seen any other auto-gen deck that actually makes sense and evolves on something the way this does. And it's very, very surprising to me. So let me know what you think about it in the comments. Thank you so much. I'm a KM Best. Remember, like, subscribe, dopamine chemicals, all that stuff. Thank you so, so, so much. I will see you in the next one. Hi, sweetie. Oh, she's purring. She's purring. She is so chill. They did hotfix it, yes. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, we gotta let her go. Oh my god. She's going crazy. She's putting holes in my shirt. She just wants to be on my shoulder, apparently. Mmm. Just some extra points. BG 3-1 game of the year. I'm shocked. Who could have seen that coming? So he's gonna like Cosmo there. We would add 15 to the middle, go to 17, be at 11. He needs something other than Cosmo too. I think it's still this. Brendan messed something up, Marty. He re-uploaded it. It should be there. What about DH right, SK left? I don't think DH right is big enough for me to feel comfortable with that, actually. Oh, I'm getting boomer snapped. All right, let's go. Yep. Yep. Here's the thing. We still... Oh, now it's a tiebreaker game? That we win. This deck is cracked. Embrum with the prime. Thank you. Thank you so much. I want to hold this for 4. I see. Thank you, Embrum. All right. Give me my free guy, please. Ham their anus? That is what I'm hoping. A hobgoblin. That'll work too. Whoa, free Hulk. Let's go. Woo. Good thing the Edge was shorter than KM's T6 play. Look. Look. Come on now. You don't gotta be like that. Anyway, we should beat a Shang now. Pretty badly. We'll also beat that. Hold that, I think. I mean, he's the internal version of untapped data. I mean, this is just crazy, though. Like, I think I'm a pretty, decently far ahead of the curve guy. And I had not considered this hybridization. And when I look at it, I'm like, wait, this is the fucking shit. This is amazing. Who is winning so much with Wolf Thanos with like 5 honor reels? That's a great question. I just wanna leave you alone. I don't want to lose. Probably Johnson. Holy shit, we just got a second Darkhawk. Holy shit. The level of cooking we have achieved. No Falcon? Right. But Beast is better than Falcon in this deck because it's your second way to get rid of the Sentry thing, right? You see what's happening? It's fucked. Was this deck auto-generated? Yes. They snap me. I guess they must have Killmonger is the only explanation I can come up with. What are they cooking? Onslaught every time? We don't even lose to that, though. We just beat that. This is 14. They get 12. They get an additional 7, right? They onslaught? Sure. Nice. Yo, Rue, get out of my shit. Stop fucking my shit up. Scene? Oh shit, good point. Okay, that's annoying. Maybe we can hit the hello with the spider ham. I need to draw the hood so bad. Magento, sure. Okay. Can we win this? Ah. Auto-Builder! Yo! Woo! Rue, you're gonna be so mad when you learn what actually happened there. You're gonna be fucking infuriated when you learn what happened here. Do you know what this deck is? Did you top deck Annie or something? No, this is an auto-built deck. Okay, wait. I've got a strategy. Okay, check it. We go Werewolf. We go Darkhawk. There's no way you fuck this up, right? Wait, this rocks. Wait, whoa. I think it actually cooked here. I think this might be good. No, like... This is actually just like a good-ass deck, right? Let's play this on ladder.